And greetings. Yes, a day in the life. Faulkner fixes all. It's not all fun and games. Okay, so we're going to get on this in a minute. But I just whittled down this huge bike box. It was 11 wide by 72, and now it's going to be 5 wide by 40 by 53. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's all cut down, and I got to do the same to this piece. See, as you can see, this was once a very large, probably a tandem came in this. I'm not sure. It was 6 feet long by 11 inches wide. Bike boxes are great when you can find them. This one was actually outside the dumpster. The bike shop people were too busy, let's use a nice word, busy, to put it in the cardboard dumpster. It did get wet a little bit, it rained a little bit, but I dried it off near the heater. So, yeah, we're okay. They were too busy to do the right thing, which is okay for me because it wasn't all crunched up. And I'm able to convert it into a art box for shipping a painting to the Charlotte, Durham area in North Carolina. Now, I could drive it out there, but it's about almost 4 hours each way, and time is money. And the box has to be a specific size. If you just throw the painting in an 11 wide box, 6 foot wide, you're not going to be too impressed with. Let's just say you're going to be substantially poorer than needed. Okay, but let's get back on bikes. After I get this box done, I will get it done today. It's almost done anyway. We're not happy with this freewheel. It's making terrible noises. Once the oil kind of drained out of it that I put in there. Oh man, it's bad. Let's crank it up here. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no amount of wear that's going to come out on that thing. What we're going to do is we're going to take the wheel off. We're going to bust that retainer race out, left-hand thread, I think. I can't remember which way it comes off. And we're going to tip it over, take the freewheel apart, but leave the spline of the freewheel on the hub. And we're just going to see what's rubbing. Like, if it's something I can chuck in the lathe over there, I can chuck it up in the lathe over there and spin off the mark that is, I mean, I'm just hoping that inside the round part of the freewheel is an obvious, like, burr or something I can machine off of there. Now, I bought this on eBay. It's supposed to be new, and it was. But, you know, it didn't come from an actual bike store. So I'm going to give them a break. I'm not going to go off on them. I rarely leave bad feedback unless it's really atrocious. You know, people are just trying to make some dough, you know. They're just trying to make some money. It didn't come from anybody that knew about bikes. It was just like some 5 and dime antique store kind of thing. They're probably resellers. We'll give them a break. You know, I'm not even... It's not worth it to promote that bad vibes to people who are just trying to make a buck. I looked at their rating, and they have pretty good feedback. Things are described as described. You know, we're not going to do it to them. You know, buyer beware. It was new, and it was defective, and they resold it. But we're just going to let it go. We're going to, you know, undo the freewheel, take it all apart, discover what's wrong with it, and if we can, you know, chuck something up in the lathe and take that burr off, or reach in there with a little grinder and take... Is there some kind of burr or something? It might be something just so bad that, you know, like the inner race has a huge dimple on it or something, and then we're just stuck at that point. We're gonna put the 18 tooth on or something. Anyway, we're really close to testing this. I did go down to my buddy's place, and I got some goodies here. He had 2 options. One was to put this super goofy holder in here, like so. It would probably end up somewhere around there, which would be okay, but that's kind of flexible. You know, and I'm not too down on that. It would be just, you know, dangling in the breeze there. I will save that for something. Plus, this bolt that has to go with it isn't exactly gonna, you know, it's kind of a smaller one, and we need that Schwinn bolt in there. Anyway, I got this, and this is kind of even better because not only is it the longer style that'll reach down, see, that'll get us down there. That'll get the cable housing, you know, a good 1.5 inches away from that. And it's quick release, which is kind of cool. You know, you've got the quick release on the cable, so you can get the back wheel off easier. Although it's not quick release back here, I don't know, it's just nice to have the quick release thing. I wish I could find one for this, since that is quick release, but I know those are hard to find. And this is frozen in here. I'll have to soak it in some vinegar, and we'll go from there. Yeah, this part, let's see if I can show you. It's kind of an odd little setup. It's like a D shape. Should come out of there. There we go. Anyway, that is frozen in there, and we have to. It'd be nice to get that out of there. I mean, at least make it adjust. You know, I can live with it if I can't get it out, but I think we can spray that down and soak it in some vinegar or something. In fact, we could put that in some vinegar right now. No, that would take too much time. And you guys don't like to see me, you know, cleaning parts. You said that it takes too much time. Okay, so yeah, let's get back on this box. When I blip in on the next video, that artwork will be in the back of the truck, ready to go, or it'll be somewhere, but here, it'll be gone. So yeah, we are going to work on this today. And unfortunately, that new freewheel, new to me, freewheel is making some terrible noise. It's not acceptable. And I don't know if that's going to come out of it. I don't think it is. Something's going on there. It kind of sounds like there's a little metal burr on the inside of the cage or something. I'm really hoping I can just chuck that up in the lake and take that little nub off of there, you know. Just burn a nub off, you know, and it won't be making that noise. We like burning nubs off. Okay, hey, hope you guys are having a good holiday, and I hope you did get some time off. And I don't have any time off until late January, and then I won't have any money. So please buy a bike. That Speedster's for sale. Yeah, buy that Speedster so I can have food in February. I'm just kidding. Have a good day, folks.
Bye.
Yeah, he thought he was coming over here to do some trading and not go away with more than he has, but apparently
Oh man!
tried to come over here and get rid of his junk.
Development.
Yeah, good luck explaining to your wife why you came over with less and left with more.
Development. That's a Gunther Tootie thing.
Uh-oh. See, they know you're in trouble. Hey, have a good holiday, Fred. Yeah. Look at that. He came over here. I think he got a 72 Schwinn Collegiate with chain guard and fenders.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. Bye, Fred.
See ya. Merry Christmas.
Okay. Quiet. Quiet. Thought he was coming over here to get rid of junk. I fixed him up. Yeah, we fixed him up. Thought he was coming over here to get rid of stuff. And I got a nice new Duro tire out of it. Kind of a big, called a Beach Bum, 26 by 215. It's fairly new. It's not brand new. It's a nice tire. Probably won't fit on any frames unless they're really wide with that little edge going on there. And some other random white wall. Thought he was coming over here to get rid of stuff. Merry Christmas, Fred. Take your 72 Sierra Brown Collegiate. Actually, that's a complete bike real well. It's a complete frame, fork, fenders. You know, it's got paint on it. The Collegiate chain guard still says Collegiate. I mean, it is a 27-inch 5-speed bike. I believe that was a 27-inch bike, yeah. You know, it's not bad. I forget. I think it's a 72. I'd have to check on that. But, yeah. It was missing one of the front fender stays. Okay, thought you'd come over here and pawn off some stuff on me, huh? You got to get up pretty early in the morning to get over on Faulkner Fixes All. Actually, that'll be a nice little project for him. He's got more time than I do. And I think he's got a matching boys Collegiate, that color. Maybe, I think that's why he kind of went for it, because I think he's probably going to have a set now that he can kind of, you know, deal with, try to make some money or something. You never make any money on Schwinns unless you got the Holy Grail or something, you know, Schwinn Phantom or a, you know, black ram's horn Stingray or something. Okay, back to bikes. Yeah, we're done with this box. It turned out really good. I'm out of tape anyway, but we'll get the artwork shipped today. I got to make some wooden corners for it, but that's really boring. I'm not gonna delay your super Christmas action with that. So yeah, we have to, after I get the corners done, we got to get back on this, and I guess I'm just gonna take the back wheel off and, I don't know, back that freewheel retaining ring that holds the bearings off, and just see what exactly is going on in there. Fred listened to it. He said it was atrocious, and I think it's atrocious as well. And like I say, I'm not going to leave bad feedback for anybody. They're just, you know, resellers. They're just mom and pop antique store people. They don't know. They didn't put the freewheel on a rim and test it. They don't know. So we'll just give them a break. There's no reason to spread the bad vibes, you know. Spread good vibes. Okay. Hey, man. Spread the good vibes. Okay. Peace out. We'll see you in a minute when I'm taking this back wheel apart. And it's gonna be exciting. Okay, I put it back on the hub and slammed the bejeebies out of it. And now the outer race of the freewheel is coming off. But the core of the freewheel is definitely locked on this rim now. So we're kind of back to square one. Okay, that's ready. Let's grab that with something. At first glance, I don't see anything terribly wrong with this. I don't see any big chips or anything. Yeah, that all looks okay. I don't see anything that would be causing that big chip. All right, let's put that in there. All right, so there's some spacer rings here. I think I'm going to put this box like that and then tip the whole thing and try to catch all the bearings. Now there is a space there in the bearings, about 2 bearings worth. So we'll have to remember that when we put it back together. Maybe we should try to peel these spacer rings out right now. Yeah, let's try that. Maybe we should try to count those and peel them off. There might be some on the other side too, I don't know. But right now, that's 1. Looks like 10 thou. Of course, it's not marked. That's 2. That's a thicker one. They're not broken. Oh, there's only 2. Okay, and the clickers. The clicker parts are good. The little pawls seem to be in good shape. The springs are working right. So that's a go for this side of it. Must be something really obvious on the back side that's causing all this. All right, so let's try to catch all these. It's going to be kind of difficult. Okay, it's one way to do it. All right, so I don't see anything on this back race that looks surprisingly terrible. This looks like a machine surfaced. That's good. All right. And here is this side. All of these kind of stayed in, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is pop this over, and we're going to clean and look really carefully in here and see if there's something like a chunk or something. I mean, maybe there's a bearing that's broken in half. It doesn't look like it though. At this point, I don't know what's wrong with this. Usually it's pretty obvious with sounds like that coming out of it. Well, I know what's wrong with it. It's really cheap and it's from Taiwan. Okay, there's that side. Let's get the super light over here. You know, I don't see anything that would be causing all that noise. I'm just not seeing it. There is a little bit right here, though. There's a little... It's hard for you guys to see, but it's like a little sharpness right there on the outside. I don't think that's doing much, though. I might put this in the lathe and just kind of take a thousandths off this side. It looks a little rough along here. I hope you guys can see that. I'll show you with the pointer. It looks a little rough right here. It feels a little rough, but I don't see how that would be touching anything. Also looks a little rusted on the poles here. It might be this. Oh, wow. Yeah, these are rusted. Huh. Wow, yeah, those are kind of rusted. This must have sat a long time. Yeah, you can see the rust. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see it. Yeah, it's got some uneven rust pitting on the edge there. I might be able to slowly just dress these with a file, with a really small, sharp file. It's really hard for you guys to see, but there's rust. There's rust on one side of these little shark's teeth. And I would assume that those would have to be smooth and be nice for the poles to glide over them and not kind of make noise. Some deep rust spots there. Yeah, I think this has been sitting around a long time. I mean, it's never been used, but it must have sat a long time. And I don't see any broken bearings or anything. And this looks okay. Oh, is that cracked? Huh. I think there's a crack in that. Yeah. There is a crack in the outer race. Now that may be from me pounding on it. I don't think so. It looks oh yeah, look at that. We found it. Yep, it's right here. There's a big crack right here. And there's a little brindle from a bearing getting smashed against that crack. That's not me. That's old news. It's right there. Okay, well, this freewheel is junk. Okay, well, that was fun. I guess we're gonna put an 18 tooth on it. That was 7 minutes of fun. Darn. I'll look at my parts, but I don't have anything like this. Man. I could just weld it solid. It's tempting. I don't know what to do at this point. I'll look online. Maybe I can find just the outer part of the freewheel. I really doubt it. That's cracked. That's an old crack. And you can see the brittling there, right there. And that's what was doing all the noise. Yeah, I didn't just do that. That was that's old news. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll look in the mail for that 24 tooth freewheel that's coming. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I'll have to do something. Oh man, bummer. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I was hoping to find some little machining discrepancy, like, on the edge here, and not a crack in the outer race. And that has been there a while. Okay. Well, hey, onwards and upwards. We're going to weld it solid. I've got an 18 we can use. It won't be ideal. Yeah, let's see what we got up here. Yeah, we got this 18. Oh, we got a smaller one. Well, that's not going to help either. Fred was over here today, and he was like, just put a 5-speed on it and put it in the center. We don't do stuff like that, Fred. We're professionals. I could kind of shim something up here, maybe. Hey, we'll see. I'll let you guys know tomorrow what I decide what to do. As always, keep it positive, folks. We're doing well. We're gonna figure this out, even if I have to weld this thing solid. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, see you later. Okay, I gave Fred the wrong frame. He's coming over in about 5 minutes. I gave him a Suburban frame. Doesn't have the chain guard bolt there, and it's for 27. So yeah, here he comes right now. Of course, you guys all noticed that, right? Let's see if he brought the... I bet you he brought the other one back. Maybe not. Okay, we'll sign off. He's tired of being on these videos. Hey, here he comes. Hey, get out of here with that frame. I don't want that back. Yeah, folks, I gave him the wrong frame.
This is the prodigal frame.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the difference, folks. I mean, these are totally different colors here. This is totally different. I gave him the wrong frame. This is a Suburban, pretty sure. Yeah, that's a Schwinn Suburban, and this is a Collegiate. Okay, signing off for now. I do make mistakes, so you don't have to.
No.
Bye.
Bye.